Awesome. Okay, y'all. Hey, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
So, we want to introduce myself, Dr. Sha'Rose, and then, of course, Jasmine. We are the co founders of PhysioFit, which,
Mhm.
well, okay. And also the co founders of Birth to Bounce Back. And so, we are so excited, though, to have Audrey with us tonight to just talk about Grow Our Village, the Mother's Mic, which is coming up this Sunday. But first, just a little bit about me. So I'm Dr. Sha'Rose. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist. I have a private practice here in Huntsville, and I see folks through telehealth, anything from pregnancy, postpartum, um, transgender health, males, all the gamut of it. And then we have Jasmine.
Hello. I'm Jasmine, like our lovely doctor has said. And I am a certified personal trainer, also a certified pre and postnatal exercise specialist. So I work with individuals. Um, I specialize in working with women specifically, but I can work with you from just the conception of the thought of a child all the way to recovery. Just making sure you got things for your body, for your mind, just really helping you tune in with what you're preparing yourself for.
Yes. And we are lovely moms to boys. And that's where Birth to Bounce Back really came from. And then Audrey, introduce yourself.
Thank you. So, I'm Audrey Smith. I am with Grow Our Village. I'm a perinatal mental health certified therapist. So I love working with women and all new and expecting parents. And Grow Our Village is pretty new, but we're pairing up with other amazing organizations like Birth to Bounce Back and just trying to get the word out there and help people in our community grow their own villages.
Yes. And honestly, like the whole concept of Grow Our Village, like when I was looking at it and when I see it, like I would not be able to do the things that I do without my village.
Mm.
And not only from like personal friends and family, but like business friends and family as well, because my village doesn't just include the folks in my personal life, but it includes my business life as well. So
Mm.
like organizations like Grow Our Village really hit home because I mean, I just left for the whole weekend and my children were with a friend, and that's because we've built these ties and connections, and so being a part of that is huge. So I'm grateful for what you do and what you're building with Grow Our Village.
I appreciate you. Yes, thank you.
And so that's where we were like, okay, we have to partner. We have to bring in the mental health component of maternal health. And so when we were thinking about an event that just kind of rolled right into like Birth to Bounce Back, the Mother's Mic was one of the things that came up. And so the Mother's Mic is a space for folks to come in and share their story, whether that's a birth story, whether that's pregnancy, whether that's maybe loss story, whatever someone may feel compelled to share. And with the microphone, um, which we're working on, but in a space that's more public and where you can have all the feelings and things around it that we don't necessarily get in our daily lives.
Mhm.
um and it was, because I mean, I shared my story with Jasmine, and I've told it I don't know how many times before that, but each time it just becomes a little different. It
Mhm.
hits a little different. Maybe something different stands out to me. Um, so I don't know, Audrey, when you think about like mothers and birthing folks sharing their story, what is that in the mental health realm? What does that kind of bring up for you?
Oh yeah, no, that's huge. I know I got to retell my birth story in a support group setting with Janelle's
Mm,
group, No Mommy,
yes.
and I felt so seen and heard and supported, and so many other people had gone through a similar situation. And when you have when you have a birth story, when you feel like, oh, everything, went off the rails and didn't go according to plan, and feeling so lonely and isolated, especially in that fourth trimester, when those hormones are dropping off of a cliff and your whole world has been turned sideways. It's really hard to gain your footing. So being able to share that birth story and hearing from other parents that, like, yep, we know how that feels. It's rough. It's rough. But also, we've been able to move through it and learn from it and be able to support and understand other people.
Yes. That's the
Love
biggest
that.
part, right? Because it can be it can be exciting and joyous, and we'll get there. But it also can be traumatic,
Mm.
right? And we need to process some of the things that happen. And for me, a lot of the things within my birth story, I don't remember because I was so focused on getting this baby out. My husband was telling me these things later. And I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what happened? I missed
Mhm.
that. I was there, but I wasn't there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so then later, now you're like, wait, how can I process something that I don't even remember necessarily? Right. And so it can be these moments where you're like, okay, wow, or maybe I forgot about that, or this came up and now I can speak to it. So having a space where folks can like speak, like understand it and like say, yeah, I've been there. I'm glad you said Janelle because that was a space that we were able to share our stories as well
Oh
with No
wow.
Mommy. Yeah.
And she shared hers, and every time I just laugh. I just, it's not funny, but I mean, if you've heard her stories, it's crazy.
Well, okay, let's get into that part of it because while sharing your birth story can be traumatic, it can be something that you're processing. It can also be very joyous and exciting and something that we laugh through also.
Mhm.
So like maybe talk a bit to that, like the stories that are just like, can you believe all this happened? Like and we can laugh about it.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times, once you get it out, you know how they say if you talk about something, you take the life away from it. This be seen and not heard. Everybody's been through it. Don't talk about it. A lot of times we hold on to that trauma, but if we had a space where we felt like we can just talk about it, we could
Mm-hmm.
find the little pieces of joy that are sprinkled throughout if you had a more traumatic situation. Or even for myself, like I can laugh now at the
Right.
fact,
Mm-hmm.
that I was telling doctors all kind of crazy stuff. But back then, when you're going through it, or when
Mhm.
you're just coming out of it, it's like it's almost like it can be paralyzing, or almost as if it's almost consuming you, like internally, but you
Yes.
have to just keep stifling it and pushing it back down.
Right.
Oh, yes. No, you're absolutely right. Because there is something funny when you had some distance
Hmm.
between it. And that's something, we want to make sure that we let folks know. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're 1 day postpartum, right? It doesn't matter if you're 10 years, 15 years postpartum, right? The distance is going to make a difference in how you feel about that story, but also you're welcome to share any parts
Mhm.
of it that you feel comfortable sharing because I know like a day after when my doctor came in and said you could have a bigger baby next time. I can laugh about that now,
Mm.
but I want to throw a shoe at her when she said that when she walked in.
Okay, that was different to say.
Different, yeah.
She meant it as a compliment, like, wow, that seems so easy for you. You didn't,
Oh,
you didn't tear all those things, right? She meant it so, but I was like, I'm healing.
right. Like well, he still came out of there, and it still wasn't great.
Still feels like something happened, a bigger one. So like now we can laugh about it, but in that moment you might not be able to. And so we welcome any
Mm.
emotion you might have, whether that's laughing, crying, screaming, yelling, right? Whatever the emotion or neutral, right, that you have, we welcome that because we understand that it can look a lot of different ways.
Hmm.
And having the resource there. So Audrey, what resource in mental health like are you there for folks who may have something they may need or something that might come up in sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. So the my certification in perinatal mental health has really trained me to respond to, you know, that transition, the trauma
Mhm.
of birth. So I'll be there on hand to, talk about next steps, resources in the community, or even using me. And I'll have one of our interns, Jamisha, will be there as well.
Yes.
So got options. And I wanted to just mention earlier, you mentioned that was public, but I want to reassure people if they're
Mm.
concerned that
Mhm.
this is going to be a very intimate setting in
Correct.
a very comfortable group room environment with sofas and rugs. So it's not like we're going to be like in a coffee shop.
Yeah. No, it's not open mic night. Not for real.
I'm I'm very glad you said that because you're absolutely right. When I say public, you're right. It's like, okay, so am I getting up on a stage?
No.
Which, to be
No.
fair, I did throw that out there as an idea.
That's just you, friend.
However,
Just you, friend, wants a stage and a mic all the time. But we love you for it. We love you.
honestly, it's part of my personality at this point. But yeah, public in the sense of like it's not internal to you, right?
Hmm.
It may be to strangers or maybe to friends that are in the room with you, but it is an intimate space. So like we have nice comfy sofas, which honestly I cannot wait. This space is it's so perfect for this, moment because it is that intimate. It can't be too large. It allows us to be able to see everyone's face and kind of know who's in the room so that if you're comfortable sharing, absolutely. And if you're not, even hearing these stories can be really good. I know when I was pregnant, I would just like get so absorbed in like all these birth stories, like
Mhm.
good and bad stories. I want to hear them all, but even now I enjoy hearing them because I've heard Jasmine's story multiple times at this point, and I swear something new pops out every time. Every
Hmm.
time. And I cry every time because I'm like, oh my God, my friend is here and I'm so happy.
Oh,
But it's just there is a beauty in hearing someone's story. It's a part of
Hmm.
their life that they're allowing you into.
yeah.
Hmm.
So like even if you don't want to share, even if you want to just be an ally, we welcome you as well.
Absolutely.
I have a question. So I know this is the mom's mic, the mother's mic,
Hmm.
but I can tell you, like you mentioned earlier, like your husband, my husband, he has trauma from my birth. So are we opening it up to the support people as well?
Not this time.
Okay.
That is lovely, but right now we need to give our moms a space to feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know sometimes, even for myself, there sometimes our partners or other people's partners or individuals who have been partners and they're far removed from it, they tend to have this nonchalant, like, it wasn't that bad. Everybody does this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, especially when you're holding on to a lot of trauma, because for me, um, I know I try to lean into my immediate family. And I was met with a lot of, well, you made it. There's so many people who don't make it. Or, oh, girl, it wasn't that bad. Like I was there. Or, no, not, yes, they do have trauma, but no, this is not their space right now. Love you, but no.
Respect that. Yes. So much respect. Yes.
Yes, and definitely chime in. Let us know if a shared space where we could bring and invite partners would be helpful because I do agree that it here having a partner there who experienced it can be so healing as well for them to
Mhm.
hear it from maybe another like birthing person's perspective that maybe isn't their maybe that's not their spouse or their partner, right? Like
Yeah.
to hear like wow this could have looked so different
Mhm.
or it could look better, it could have looked worse, like whatever different looks like for them, and it can give a bit of perspective as well and validation maybe to their partner. But yeah, so let us know if that's something for sure that you'd be interested in because we would love um, to have the partners there because you're right, they go through so much also.
Yeah, they get a front row view that we don't get. We live it, but that we don't see as much.
And thank goodness we get the oxytocin and all the feel good hormone rush. And that helps with the amnesia that
Yes,
allows us to have more children in the future.
because
Otherwise, we wouldn't.
it's
I
definitely
don't believe in
amnesia.
that amnesia. I don't believe it. I did not.
What?
I have not forgotten anything.
Mm,
Okay. It is ingrained
mm,
in my memory. Like it was for me,
mm.
you don't have to go. For me, it was I've never been so afraid for my life.
Mm,
Yeah, I've never been so afraid for my life in a hospital. Like the people who I'm supposed to
yes,
feel safe around.
that's
I
fair.
was mortified.
Mm,
So I have not forgotten a thing about, that
Yeah.
time.
mm.
And that's a big emotional, like a big emotional response, right? So
Mhm.
it embeds pretty deep within the memory. And Audrey, you can speak more. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, in the mental health space. Um, and that makes sense. Um, because for me, I would say the first time the amnesia was very much there. Okay, because I said, "Ooh, I want to have another one." The second time, I completely agree. I remember so much of
Wow.
it, and I said, "This is it. Never again. Why did I even do it a second
Mhm,
time?"
mhm.
So you're right. It does exist sometimes, and sometimes it's a lot stronger.
Right, right.
um, no, but I love that. I love this where the conversation is going. One thing also that I wanted to mention is that we will have like refreshments for folks, non-alcoholic options. If you maybe need a little liquid courage, we'll have that as well for you to serve yourself. Whatever. It's a very chill and relaxed space for whatever this looks like for you, right? For someone who may need to share. And I will say I will be sharing my story. Um, I've thought about it. I'm going to be sharing my second delivery story. And so it's a space that even if you are just like, I don't know, maybe I need somebody else to warm us up, we're just as transparent and we'll be sharing things as well. Yeah. And the resources are there. We'll be able to kind of help in that space. Okay. Did we miss anything, y'all?
No, but I also want to put it out there that it's a supportive space too. Maybe if you just need somebody to lean into, maybe if you have questions, maybe if you're just early in your postpartum journey and you are struggling. You may be late in your postpartum journey and still struggling. We're there. We're there. We're there to talk. We're there to help you with the resources, point you in the right direction. So it's not just like, yes, come here, share, but also if you need to lean in, it's a safe space to lean in as well.
Yes. And we encourage that. I'm glad you said that because the other side of it, and something speaking to like what you were saying about almost like invalidating your experience,
Mhm,
we're no one is here to do that. And that is a space like when we say safe space, we mean that wholeheartedly for everyone involved. So if we, feel like maybe someone is not necessarily as supportive as maybe someone needs, we might kind of pull you to the side and kind of say, hey, maybe that person didn't need that in that moment. But
Mhm.
we want to validate all feelings, all experiences, whether for you it might not seem as, intense or serious, or if you're like,
mhm,
wow, that was intense and serious, whatever that is, we don't want to, invalidate anyone else's experience because we get that already, right?
mhm,
As moms, as parents, we get that where someone's like, oh, I almost died on the table. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe I didn't, but like this still was hard.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we want to make sure that we validate all experiences. So wherever you're at, you're welcome. We're just gonna be there to kind of give everyone a nice little hug. And I am a hugger.
It is. It is. Oh, but I was gonna say, and I'm saying this because Janelle asked the question, and I feel like I have to answer this for Janelle more clearly because she got some good stories. But this is not your TED Talk. It's not your TED Talk night. We want everybody to have an opportunity to share. We know everybody won't get an opportunity at this time, but try to keep them share the details, share the important pieces, but let's not, take up a full half hour, per story. So there may be other people who need a moment also.
Yes,
There.
we might have even have a timekeeper, so I might just have to
Yeah.
do a 5-minute warning. We will be respectful about it, but
Absolutely.
yes, we want everyone to have their opportunity to share.
Yes. Because in a space like this, if you're a person who maybe takes up a little more space, it's maybe a time to kind of give space to someone else. And if you're someone who necessarily doesn't take up space, this may be a time for you to take up a little more space than usual. So yeah, keeping it nice and balanced for everyone, because you're right. I can get into the nitty gritty details of stuff. And I know for me, it might be important that I was like 2 centimeters and then I was 5 and then I was 7. But, for time's sake, maybe it's not that important.
Well, no, and I mean,
I'm
because
kidding. I'm kidding.
no, because you get to talking and then you start remembering things and you're like, oh my goodness, and then this happened and then this happened, and we get it, it happens, but just everybody needs a turn.
Yes. Anything else that we want to make sure that folks know coming into the Mother's Mic?
Jasmine has
I know. I
that.
was like, what else? What?
I do want to offer, like, if anyone's curious about the location, so it is at 190 Lime Quarry Road, Suite 113, so 113. It's basically right off of 565. You take the Sullivan Street exit, and it's right there. Large 2-story purple building. On the back side, you'll see signs. It will say Tree of Life or NARC, NAARC, but I also have signs for Grow Our Village on the windows. So you're in the right place. If you see a sign, just look for the signs for Grow Our Village and Suite 113.
Absolutely. Yes. Jasmine, did you have something you were going to say?
No, friend, I'm still all the feelings are still there from our call earlier. That's all.
Okay. So what I'll say to sum that up is that we also understand where the world is right now. So if you need to do a little disclaimer, if you need to share a little bit of your anger, discomfort, whatever it may be, this is a place that you can do that as well.
Yeah.
A government shutdown, SNAP benefits delayed, insurance concerns, those are all very real things that are affecting our community. And it's okay. We get it. We are angry. We are seething. While we may be smiling, this is why we do the work that we do. So we get it. Come share it, let it out so that you can, be present in the space.
Absolutely. I want to tack onto that. We have launched our lending library. So we have
Yes.
swaddles and carriers and some bottles, but also some newborn and size 1 diapers. So
Beautiful.
if you have any of those things in your storage and you want to make space in your home, bring it on.
Yes.
If you have any need, all you need to do is reach out. You can submit a form on the growourvillage.com website, or just reach out to me or talk to me at the event, and I'll hook you up with whatever we can.
Yes, because we are part of your village now. Welcome. We're very hard to get rid of, so that's why we ask for a little bit of information and registration so that we can follow up with you and check in, because that's what your village does. Okay. So don't be surprised if you didn't register and you show up, it's okay. We are going to ask for just a little information so we can say, hey mama, how you doing? We just want to check in. So yes. Okay. Let's drop the details then. So we are, Audrey, you're going to have to do the address again, but Sunday, November 16th, 6 p.m. Is when we're going to start. So, if you get there, get settled in, we'll probably start around 6:10, 6:15, and have a nice little introduction. And then we'll have refreshments, as in drinks. And the address is what again, Audrey?
190 Lime Quarry Road, Suite 113, Madison, Alabama.
Beautiful. And yeah, we will see y'all then. Bye, everybody.